What is going on, guys and gals? Tyler here, and today I'm bringing you another video game review. And today's review is for a game that I've been waiting for a very long time. I've gotten a few days to play it, and wow, they did it. They actually did it. Didn't think it was possible, alright? I was one of the skeptics, but they did it. They created a near perfect video game, something THQ has not been able to do in a very long time. This is a near perfect wrestling game, and it's pretty much everything good about 2K14 and 2K15 combined, with some improvements. So, I've never really liked a wrestling game. Actually, I've hated pretty much every wrestling game since SmackDown vs. Raw 2009. The gameplay and graphics for the past 6 years, pretty much, have just been awful. Alright, let's just be honest here. The creation studio, though, was always what kept me coming back. So you can imagine my excitement when, in 2K15, go to play a game. Gameplay's amazing. Graphics are amazing. I was so hyped. And then I saw the other options, and that hype went into disappointment. Then I see this game, and my hope is restored. So, let's get into the review and start off with my career mode. And my career mode in WWE 2K15 was a lackluster journey that really was just bland, boring, and overall a waste of time. It was overhyped, and that the previews for the game, they were marketing it like it was some amazing new game mode with a bunch of choices. Yeah, that was... no, that wasn't the truth. However, in this game, it's very much improved. I feel like there are still a few more improvements that need to be made, but overall, it is still a fun game mode. There are a lot of options you can choose from, such as what titles to go for. The heel and face turns actually make sense. Like, you actually have a choice, and your actions will make you heel or face, given your post-match interviews, or if you want to side with the authority or not, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I think that's really cool. And it's definitely a major improvement over last year's. Now let's go into 2K Showcase mode, and this time it's about my favorite wrestler of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin. And the 2K Showcase I've never really completed, except for this year. Maybe it's because I have some bias that it's Stone Cold, but still, this was an amazing 2K Showcase mode. It was perfect because it got all of everybody's favorite wrestlers were at some point in Steve Austin's career, pretty much. So you got all of those, and you got so many classic arenas to unlock because it's Stone Cold Showcase, and the gameplay in them are all really fun, and it's really just a really fun game mode. Now let's move on to WWE Universe mode, and in Universe mode, it's just pretty much, it's almost the same as last year's, but it does have a lot of improvements, such as more cutscenes, more rivalries, pretty much more options that you can choose from, and now with Create an Arena and all that, you can finally make the best shows possible. Now, speaking of Create an Arena, let's move on to the WWE Creation Suite. And this is a drastic improvement over WWE 2K15's one, which honestly really felt stripped. In WWE 2K14, we had an amazing creation suite, and in 2K15, it was really just terrible. Just being honest once again. In 2K16, they really brought back all of the major things from 2K14 and years prior into this game, which is excellent. The only things that were left out were Create a Finisher, which, let's just admit it, really, really sucked, alright? I don't care if you made amazing moves. It just sucked. It wouldn't really look good in next-gen consoles, or current-gen consoles, I should say. And, Create a Story, which is dearly missed, but I can't really detract too much from it because this game already has so many options that it doesn't really damper really anything for that matter. So there are so many more options in Creation Studio than in years prior, alright? You can morph your body, so many more clothing options, so many more masks. Really, you can create any wrestler that you've ever dreamed of creating, or you can create your own unique people, or you can really do just about anything. And it's really just perfect. It's a perfect creation studio, perfect in just about every way. Of course, there's also Create an Arena, Create a Show, which is a new feature, Create a Championship, Create a Moveset, Create an Entrance, and WWE Community Creations. And yeah, so moving on, I'm going to show off some of the amazing game modes that are in this game. And so the game modes in this game are just really, it's not an overwhelming amount. I think it's the perfect amount of game modes or match modes that we really need in this game. The match types are really perfect, alright? You have every match that you could want to play with the exception of maybe Inferno match, which really, once again, to be honest, was boring in video game form. It doesn't have as big of an amount of game modes as in years prior, but the majority of those game modes in years prior weren't even touched. So I think they got pretty much every game mode that you could ask for in this game. It's really just also the roster. Holy shit, this roster. I haven't even unlocked every single character yet, and wow, they're just, oh my god, it's perfect. This game can never get old with me because of this amazing roster. Everybody that you like, I should say, that is still under contract with the WWE is in this game, and you can tell you can tell that 2K Games put their heart and soul into this game. Like, you have everybody. Look at even these managers. You got Zeb Coulter, you go from Zeb Coulter to Bobby Heenan, and this Brad Maddox guy, who I've honestly never heard of. Also, Community Creations, once again back. Great mode. But yeah, you have so many wrestlers to choose from. From Andre the Giant to Savio Vega. Everybody is in this game, and I love it, alright? Last year, it's such an improvement over last year. Like, WWE 2K15's roster was so terrible. I was really disappointed, especially in the unlockables, because the majority of the unlockables were like stupid alternate attires. Like, I don't want alternate attires taking up roster spots. Also, as you can see, the arenas, there are an extensive amount of arenas, even WCW and a few ECW ones, and I haven't even unlocked all of them, and that's already almost double the amount in 2K15. Plus, the ability to create my own arenas, they just pretty much put everything into this. Now, I think it's time that I go over the flaws of this game. I've already talked about so many of the great things, but it's time to go over the flaws. Now, the first big flaw that I have is the loading times, especially in Creation Studio. When you're creating things, even previewing an art, like a piece of clothing, can take a long time because of how long the loading is. When your entrances are showing, like as you can see, this loading screen is taking forever. With entrances, when you skip entrances, sure, there's no loading screen, but it's kind of jarring because they just flip straight over to the commentary team when there's no commentary and their mouths are just moving, and it's just really awkward. There are, of course, still a few glitches. Yeah, I think that's going to be pretty hard. It's not too big of a deal, but there are still a few glitches. The commentary, although it was an improvement over last year's, still really sucks. Although I don't see how that can ever be changed. There's not much you can do to fix commentary in a wrestling game because there's too many things to talk about. So, yeah. Can't really... It kind of hurts to say this, but it's really just, I don't know how to put it, just annoying, alright? The commentary is just annoying. I love Jerry Lawler, don't really love Michael Cole, don't really love JBL. Jim Ross when he's on commentary in showcase mode, that's great. Joey Styles in ECW November to Remember, that's great, but everything else really sucks. Even Jim Ross and Joey Styles, really. In this game, the commentary is just really awful. The graphics are improved, not too drastic of an improvement, but still graphics look great, don't get me wrong. Really, there aren't too many flaws with this game. I would like to be able to call out for championship matches in WWE Universe mode, and I think the submission system could be tweaked a little bit. But other than that, I really don't have... See, look at that. It goes straight to the commentary team and then that. I really just don't have too many problems with this game. Alright. My final verdict is a 9 out of 10. This is a near-perfect wrestling game. I can't say it enough. WWE 2K Games put their heart and soul into this game, and it really, really shows. If you skip WWE 2K15, definitely get into this game. This is a great game. Best wrestling game in years. Alright, my name is Tyler, and I am out.